Sidi, a decennial census happens once every 10 years, and the result of that census, aside from the developmental contribution it has, it does also affect politics. 2028 is not that far off. Your party would also have to suffer or benefit from the impact. Certainly. With that understood and lessons learned from 2021, how also your party's abstinence or encouraging your members to abstain also contributed to affect the process. In this 2025 census, what would the APC be bringing on the table as main opposition in terms of support to the census project? To the census activity, even if it's for selfish reasons, to say you also stand to either benefit or be affected negatively by the outcome?
So that is a very good question you just asked, Phebean. And people have to understand that in 2021, we just did not pull out. We were, our emphasis were on making sure that the right things are done. First of all, in 2021, for example, the proclamation was done before even the statutory instrument was laid in Parliament. So that was our very first concern. And when the process started, we attended the statutory committee meetings, but then when we saw that, the intentions were not what was communicated to the public, which was why we pulled out and we raised the alarm. And that is the very reasons why the international partners also pulled out. So it is not like we were reluctant. I mean, the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you're right. And this is not only limited to Sierra Leone. Even in advanced countries, when censuses are done, it is very possible that you will see redistricting or redelimitation of boundaries. In the United States, in 2020, before the 2022 elections, censuses were done, and some delimitations were done which affected both political parties. But when the data is credible, when everyone is involved, you know that we are using a credible data to determine how these redistricting are done, how these boundary delimitations are done. What we will bring is to make sure that we come on board. We are able to work with the statutory institutions that are responsible to conduct censuses. The statutory provisions by the Census Act are followed so that those committees are set up that will ensure that the stakeholders are involved, the technical expertise are available, our international friends are on board. So at the end of the day, the data that will come out of this census process is credible. And we hope and pray that the government will allow for that to happen. So at the end of the day, we don't see this as another manipulation to give political advantage to one political party as against the other. The people of this country should be at the heart of this census. The development of this country should be at the heart of this census. We missed it in 2021. We should not miss it in 2025.
We would head to sports in a bit, but let me come back to you, Alpha Khan. The main opposition raised some concern. Civil society members of the public raised some concerns out the way they turned out, and the impact of that census result didn't do 100% of the good it intended to do. With that lesson learned going into 2025 census, how much room, how much space is in this room for the conversation on feedback from the main opposition as to how things should be done?
I think from my introduction, first thing I said was to commend the statement made by the spokesman for the main opposition, the All People's Congress, when he stated that they are ready to support this. In 2021, it was the opposite. Obstructed it. And when you obstruct, you don't expect it 100%. Because the results were not what they should have been, people abstained because of the encouragement. by the opposition.
But part of those
But you have not
reasons,
given me-
but part of those reasons they said were because also
Maybe
President
if you let
Bio
me-
and the government were also not listening to some of their concerns they were putting on the table.
I was in the APC in 2015. The SLPP in opposition then made similar objections. We still went ahead and did the census. Well, they didn't obstruct it. They didn't go out to stop people from being counted. That is why I said we are looking forward to a credible and inclusive...
Sorry, sir, when you say we now, who do you refer to?
As a country this time.
Okay.
We're looking forward to a credible and inclusive process this time, because those that caused the problems in 2021 have said that this time, maybe because of lessons learned, have now agreed to accompany the process, work fully with government.
But it seems as if that President Bio himself is now going off of lessons learned. Sidi just spoke about 2021. He made the proclamation before even tabling it in Parliament. But this time around, it went through Parliament before his declaration.
So that is why he's saying that they are ready to support it.
But that in itself is justification that even President Bio perhaps acknowledges that things were not done the right way in 2021.
Well,
because there's a change of methodology this time around.
Isn't that the behavior of a noble man when you accept that you made a mistake? He is not infallible. He is not an angel. He's a human being like you. You could put one step before the other, but that was corrected. The proclamation was made. And then the declaration, the instrument was then laid. It didn't stop the instrument for being debated in Parliament. It was debated. But then it went through after the 21 days. So today, I am saying that we have all learned our lessons, that Sierra Leone is the focus here. And the people of Sierra Leone should be, like you said, at the heart of everything that we are doing. And because they say that, I and my colleagues believe that we are going to have a credible census this time.
Okay.
Because we want the opposition, we want everybody to get involved. And they will be involved. The door is open, the space is open. And I think the problems that happened before, like 2015 and 2021, is not enough public education. But this time, the government is determined to open the space for dialogue, for discussions, and for feedback.